And because I'm really bad with restricting myself, we opened the scrawlrbox. I just opened the upgrade. I haven't done the drawing yet, but I want to open the scrawlrbox as well. Oh, I see color. I see Winsor Newton. Oh, wash. Okay, then, let's get all of this out. We have 3 different washes. In blue, in yellow, in red. So we basically have the primary colors. Prussian blue, permanent yellow deep, and permanent alizarin crimson. Whatever. We have a funny brush. It has a interesting shaped tip. Haven't seen one like this before, to be honest. I guess there will be people in the comments that might know more about brushes than I do, that will be able to tell us if this is a specific wash brush. Wash brush. Ooh. Ooh, that is pretty. And then we have, oh, the sticker. Such a shame. And then we have paper, watercolor pad, 10 sheets, 200 grams. Yeah. Feels like typical watercolor paper. Okay. And we have a Chupa Chups cherry sticks. I might even eat this one. How nice of me. I don't think that we really need to try out the wash before. I haven't used wash yet, but it is basically, as far as I know, something similar to watercolor or a mix between acrylic paint and watercolor. So I think I will use that on the go. So I don't think we need to. So I don't think we need to try this out at all, or try these out beforehand. I think for this we just do a drawing and then, yeah, color it by mixing these colors. What an impressive idea. But let me come up with something, and then we will see us again. While the video about him is converting right now, let's start with the sketch of her. We have our paints, and I noticed something I didn't really take into consideration before. We do not have anything even slightly white or black. So I can't darken these, I can't lighten these, which might get interesting. But anyway, let's start with the sketch of Titania, and we will see how this will end out will work for us. Yay, I guess. So, with the sketch being, I would say, done, I now have to lighten everything a bit, at least. Not sure if I want to lighten it a lot. Because in the next step I'm going over everything with a thin layer of gouache. I did go through the scrawler zine, and it advises you to use first a thin layer and then let that dry and go thicker and thicker, because it will be, what the hell, it will be reactivated each time you go on top of it. So, and because we don't have a white or a black, I think it makes sense to start with the skin, for example, in a very light tone, and then go darker and darker if necessary. Or, yeah. What else? So that is my plan of attack for now. We will see how that will work. It might be a complete disaster, because I never worked with gouache. Or at least not for a whole drawing, painting, whatever. Let's get to the experience. let's wrap this up. Gouache. Interesting medium. I feel it is far more like watercolor than like acrylic paint. Even though the scrawlrbox stated that is not really comparable, but I do think the look is 100% watercolor. Working with it is, in my book, far more difficult than watercolor. It behaved very interesting. I, in between, had the feeling that it behaved similar to alcohol markers. In that you can layer it. It picks up a little bit of the bottom layer, but the second you put a second layer on there, you have a clear line. I tried to blend that out in some areas, like here, for example, in the nose area, and it was not very working very good. Now I see I can possibly blend it out a little bit with just plain water, but it was an interesting medium to work with. The brush for me is a disaster. It works, but it is... I thought it was very, very hard to control when you got... stay there. To get finer details. So I ended up with a more, let's say, stylized version of what I wanted to do, which in the end I think it looks quite nice, but it is a lot more stylized than I anticipated it. I think that makes the two drawings fit together quite nicely, surprisingly nicely, for being two completely different medium. But I would, like I always do, prefer a far more detailed brush. I'm not the biggest sucker for these broader, bigger brushes. I do like me some details. But anyway, can you please stay in a... somehow now. Let me put this there. No, it won't. Like this, possibly. I did enjoy playing with the gouache. I do feel I get at least an idea what it is all about now, why people prefer gouache so much, why they like this so much. But I would definitely have to play it with it some more to really get a feel for it. But for my first experience, I think we ended up with a nice drawing. So, let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. And what would you have done with it? And one last thing. It's funny that today I already knew what I wanted to do when the initial prompt, when the prompt would have been mythical monsters, which for once would be a prompt that I could do with my drawing style and with the things I draw normally. But anyway, instead of a mythical monster, we have a mythical queen of the elves. And I think this box was quite fun. I would have liked a bit of white or black, but you can't have everything. So, yeah. That's it for me. Have a nice time, and until next time. Bye.